Back to Bibliotech.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for the Bibliotech drop. Yeah.
That's how you know we're working together after a little bit. Welcome back to Breakfast Television, 4 Wine on the Couch. Great to see you. Okay, time to play. Is this a story or is Sid dumb? You have only two choices.
What? Is that
Should I rephrase it?
Yeah, I don't want to
How would you
say
phrase it?
that.
Meredith Shaw, how would you rephrase it?
Well, maybe it's the thing that we do that is this or is this not a story?
I like that phrasing better.
I like that better.
It's less self-deprecating. So this photo has gone viral, okay? And it's the leader of the federal NDP, Jagmeet Singh. Recently in town, he was on this couch actually talking to Tammie Sutherland last week, and he did some other media rounds. So he's leaving a hotel in Toronto holding a Versace bag. It's unclear if it's a real Versace. I'm not the one to decide whether or not it's a real Versace, I'll tell you that right now, or generic, but it had a Versace logo. If it's real, it's a 2017 Versace Beverly Palm logo bag, so I'm told. Now, on the one hand, it's a nice bag. People are allowed to have nice things. On the other hand, being a nerd that watches a lot of Question Period, Jagmeet Singh, as the leader of the federal NDP, has more than once in his political history been the champion of the little guy and labeled the conservatives as being out of touch and labeled the liberals as being out of touch. And whether it's grocery store prices or any other number of economic issues in this country, Jagmeet Singh, to his credit, because that is his role as party leader of the NDP, has been right there with a very loud voice. And then this picture arises. Now, I'm the least stylish person in the country. I more than admit. So I'm not one to spot that with my naked eye. But whether it's real or whether it's resaled or however you describe this Versace bag, is it a weird look, Meredith Shaw, for the federal leader of the NDP, a champion of the little guy, in theory, to be rolling like that? Is it a story or not?
Look, style speaks first. I mean, that's one of the things that I talk about a lot in sort of the fashion work that I do. It's the first point of communication. It says something without you saying anything. So what you wear and what you choose to wear and hold, and I guess in this case, does communicate something, whether you're meaning to communicate that or not. So I did find it a bit of it didn't really line up exactly in terms of if anyone's going to be on brand. It didn't really seem to be that way. If we get into the nitty-gritty of this bag and how old it was, and potentially this is a sustainable act because designer is quality and you don't want to be supporting fast fashion. I mean, we can get down to that loop. But it did seem odd to me.
See, and for me, I don't see anything odd about this.
I'm with you.
He can buy what he wants. That could be his wife's bag. It could have been a gift. Who knows? And he, like in this picture, he's obviously just carrying it, walking to a car. It's not like he went to a press conference and was like, hello, I want to save money on grocery prices while holding the bag. He wasn't doing that at all. And so I think because it has a logo on it, we're fixated on that. But who knows how much the shoes on any politician cost, these suits they wear, the dresses they wear. We're seeing the logo and we're making this assumption that he is this man who is out here making it rain and spending all kinds of money on things that don't matter while trying to advocate for the little guy. He makes a salary, and yes, taxpayers do pay that salary, but we pay him a salary. He's compensated for the work that he does. Spend the money the way that you want.
Absolutely. I think he's doing a job that makes a salary, and he's able to spend his money the way that he can spend his money. People like nice things sometimes. Again, we don't know if it was a gift. We don't know, if he got it on resale or if it's not even real. We don't know that. And I also agree with Meredith where, it could be also a sustainable thing that's probably been in his family for a long time. We just don't know a lot of information. And I feel like it's just such a non-story. It's a weird.
You don't think this is a story?
I don't think this is a story
at all.
I think that it's weird. I think, why are we pocket watching? He's doing his job and he makes a salary. He likes nice things, maybe, and maybe he decided he wanted to buy a Versace bag.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at that.
Yeah.
I gotta say. I'm surprised at that. I do think it matters. I do think it says something.
I think
I
branding
was
wise,
surprised
for
at.
sure.
See,
For
that's
sure.
where that's the
Branding-wise,
only place, Steph, I'm
yes.
coming from. You're right. I don't care what he drives.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I don't care. But if you're gonna be in in a hearing up near the House of Commons berating the people who run our grocery chains in this country, that's a weird look to me. I'm sorry. That's a weird look to me.
But he's also walking into a car, though.
He is.
Like, it's not like he's walking into
But
question
he's also
period
he's,
with his Versace
he's also in the
bag.
biggest city in the country.
Yeah, he's a public
also in the
person.
biggest city in the country, and someone might notice Jagmeet Singh's walking around. I'm just saying, if that's in this economic state, election, it feels like it's far off. It's not that far off. The campaigning's already started for 2025, if not sooner. If this is what the discussion's going to be, which is affordability and your bills, and things are only going to get worse mortgage-wise over the next few years, I think if you're on brand for an NDP party, Jack Layton's NDP party, you can't be rolling around with Versace stuff. And it's not the first time with Jagmeet Singh. There was an ad, I'm not going to mention the place, a high-profile mall in this area, and he was flashing a watch. I can only imagine what that thing cost. Another bad decision. I think PR matters. I don't care what he's doing. That's none of my business. But if your stance is A, I don't want to see B, because then I don't believe A. And I think that's a reason why the NDP in the polls basically have not moved with everything that's gone on in this country for years. Because there's an element of, can you walk that walk for me? I would love to have them be in a third option party for me every single time, because I don't trust what I'm seeing with a lot of parties right now. But stuff like that, I'm like, just as strictly from a PR sense, nope, that's not a good decision. That's not a good decision. And again, some great points have been made on this. Like, I agree with a lot of what I'm hearing, but that's not smart to me. That's what I keep getting back to. And it's a quick fix. Just don't do it. It's not like there's some complicated fix to this issue, but that's just one person. And who wants a final word? I've had enough final words in the show. Who would like final words? It's true.
I just think that him walking that split second from the building to a car, potentially his wife's bag.
It's true.
I just think
it's true. He could be carrying it for somebody else. I did think that he could be carrying it for somebody else. But I think you say no. You carry your own Versace. I don't want to be photographed like that, to have people talk, because if it doesn't represent that he's not walking the walk, then it just leads into all kinds of speculation and conversation, kind of like the one we're having right now. It's just not helpful for his ultimate goal.
Because he's effective in that world.
He's effective.
I've seen him plenty of
He's an
times have
effective
real
guy.
goes at institutions, and he's good at it.
And that's why I feel like this is a non-story, because it was a split second, it was a blip, it was a moment. There's so much context we don't have. I just feel like he does the work, and I feel like two things can be true at the same time.
And I feel like the reality of it is he makes enough money that he can afford the grocery prices in the store. We all know this right now.
We know that.
We know this, but we know that he's advocating for those people who cannot. And I feel like you can do both.
Yeah.
All right. Feedback at breakfasttelevision.ca. Let us know what you think on this interesting story or non-story, depending on how you look at it.